Peace. Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right. All right, family. Welcome in. So we got ourselves a podcast. We got ourselves a PowerPoint today, family. This one's gonna be on billionaires. All right. So you guys know there's certain billionaires that there's certain zodiac signs that are more likely to become a billionaire. All right. That is astrologically proven. You can definitely look up the top billionaires, and the number will surprise you. And I'm gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the least likely to be a billionaire is a surprise, you know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely say that to start off with, you know what I'm saying? But I want to give a huge thanks to everybody climbing on in, all the astrology babies, you know what I'm saying? You guys are on the path to learn about yourself, whether you're a Scorpio, whether you're an Aries, whether you're a Capricorn, whether you're a Libra, everybody has his purpose here. Some people are here to do different things. So that's why you should never judge anybody, because you don't know what somebody's here to do. Astrology helps you to understand why people act the way they do. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the best thing about astrology, is that it gives self-validation. It gives understanding. You know what I'm saying? If your girl's always crying all the time and you find out she's a Cancer, then you go, oh, okay, she can get away with it. So, you got to kind of give people like the mercy by their sign. If someone's in Aries and they always angry, you got to understand it's their natural wiring. They're naturally wired to be fiery. So astrology is everybody, the way they do things is like for exact reason. So I don't even judge people, because they might be wired to be that. If someone's gossiping all the time, they might have a lot of Gemini and Virgo in their chart. I don't even judge them. Let's just let them do their thing. I'm not going to tell them not to gossip. Just keep doing your thing. Of course it comes with negative energy, but they might be wired for that. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so let's get straight into this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you guys do any products, crystals, copper charged crystals, herbs, herbal mixes, make sure you guys go on gobeyond5d.com. All right, we're selling every single day, and the sale is amazing. Okay. All right, so let's get on to this PowerPoint. All right, if my voice lags any time during this video, I apologize. It's my software. I apologize. All right. Okay, so Zodiac Billionaire rankings. Okay, so 2025, they got a Forbes list. All right, this is a brand new 2025 Forbes list rankings of the top zodiac signs that are billionaires. All right, there's about 3,000 billionaires right now. All right, repeat, there's about 3,000 billionaires right now. When it comes to millionaires, it's probably like 50,000 millionaires. It's probably a lot of millionaires, but billionaires is more rare, and that's why they're able to do studies with billionaires very easily. Okay, Michael Jordan's a billionaire. People say Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. These are Elon Musk. These are some of the most obvious billionaires that we know of today in 2025 modern day. Okay, so let's go into this video. This video, guys, he goes deeply into what zodiac sign shares the most billionaires. Okay, and then we're gonna go into every sign and break it down for y'all. All right. Like, why is Capricorn number 12? We're gonna go into that. Like, that's kind of confusing, but we're gonna go into that why. Like, the rule by Saturn rules delays. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely gonna go into that. Why they're like number 12. we got Scorpio at number 11, Sagittarius at number 10. And I just see Sag at number 10 too, because the Sagittarius is like, they're very passionate, they're very, very powerful, but they get bored fast. Like everything they do, they start like 25 things, and then like they just kind of like get interested by other things. So they're powerful, but their attention span is like compromised, you know. Aquarius, number 9. Got Gemini, number 8, 217 billionaire Geminis. You got 219 billionaire Virgos. You got 221 billionaire Aries, number 6 places. You got Cancer, number 5th place, 225. Okay. You got Leo, number 4, 240 billionaires. Alright. We got Taurus, 270 billionaires. We got Pisces coming in at 285 billionaires. Okay, number 2 spot, we got Libra coming in at 23. So this is very important to understand. We're going to go into number 1, which is Libra. All right, so Libra is the zodiac sign most commonly found among billionaires, according to Forbes. All right, although it's 12% of the world's billionaires are Libras. All right, they share the Libra sign. All right, this is more than any other sign, including Pisces. Now, people are like, Pisces? Why? How did even Pisces, a spiritual zodiac sign, even get on the highest? How did Pisces get to the highest of the billionaires? Pisces is spiritual. They're supposed to be like broke. Wait, you don't know nothing about Pisces. We're gonna go deeper into Pisces as number 2. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like this video, because we about to go deep. You know me, I'm like deep. I go deep. I break it down. I'm like that said, I go deep. So we about to go deep. All right. So Libra, the reason why Libra is number 1 is because Libra, you guys are ruled by Venus. Okay. Let me make sure this you guys are ruled by Venus. Okay. So being ruled by Venus, you guys, Venus rules money. Venus is a benefic planet. You got people like Spiritual Soul, who's also a Libra as well. You know what I'm saying? You guys are ruled by a benefic planet. People like, you know, like Vantu Cut, Spiritual Soul, BDL 1014. You notice how they easily gain a lot of attraction when it comes to their YouTube channel. It's because that they know how to use their Venus energy. They know how to activate that Venus energy. Venus is benefic, meaning it brings benefits. Wherever your Venus is at is where you're gonna, whatever your Venus house is in is where you should use to gain benefits. You know what I'm saying? Wherever your Libra sign is at is where you should get benefits at. You have like, you know, if you have like a Libra moon, you know what I'm saying? You emotionally, you know how to make people feel good emotionally. You feel what I'm saying? So Libra also is the air sign. And unlike the other air signs, Libra is more harmonious. Gemini and Aquarius are air signs, right? But Gemini and Aquarius don't care as much as Libra. Libra is more on the people-pleasing side. Now, people-pleasing is definitely a negative thing, but if you know how to master people-pleasing, you can train to getting things in your favor. Does that make sense? Because if you're always too selfish, which is the opposite of Libra, which is Aries, you're not going to get things your way. If you're trying to force things to get your way, you know, being rude and this and that, obnoxious, you're gonna ruin a lot of vibrations. You're gonna lose a lot of people. Libras know how to make things and handle situations. They know how to handle situations really good. And since they know how to handle the situations really well, this makes things go in their favor. Okay. Now, one of the secrets to rise as a billionaire, and I'm not saying Spiritual Soul's a billionaire. I think he's like around a millionaire, but these are just all these slides and pictures are just people who are definitely very wealthy. These people are on the way to become a billionaire. All right. So on the way to rising, one of the secrets to gain a lot of wealth is actually to understand that you need to build connections. You need to network. It's not about what you know all the time. There's a lot of people watching this that know a lot of information. I mean, like a lot. They read books all day. They know everything, every factor. They like live and check the check. That's the average person. It's not about what you know, bro. I hope you know that. It's about who you know. There's people who cool, Billy Carson, 19, all these people, and they get up there and they don't even know that much. They just know good people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. Libras, my mom's a Libra. She got connections to everybody. She got lawyers, police officers, doctors, all type of people on her phone call. Like she can call them right now. That's because she knows the people. She's cool. Tax people who do taxes. I'm talking about I get all that stuff. Call, hit her up, boom, calls. A few calls, I get what I want. Feel me? That's because she's a Libra. Libras have the best contact list. They know how to make connections with anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Well, the other signs aren't as good as that. And if they have those signs, they don't know how to be in that person's interest. They don't know how to make that person like them. Libras kind of low key know how to make people like them. They have that social adaptability. They have that social IQ. They have those social skills where they know how to really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, spiritual soul. A lot of people like Brother Spiritual Soul because he knows how to talk. He's very funny. He's like entertaining. He's also like, he has a sense of justice about him, a sense of fairness. He talks on you one-on-one. You feel like you know him. That's the Libra energy. You feel me? So Libras just know how to connect with you. They know how to make you feel like, good. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like hostile around them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Libras are able to bring and attract. They gain their wealth and connection through people. And if they do it themselves, like let's say they start streaming, that's still through people. Even if they don't have 100 contacts on their phone, they're streaming and they're connecting through people. So they need people is how you get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a book that's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You know what I'm saying? I read that book and it kind of gives off Libra energy. It tells you how to like really get the social side of your life good. It tells you how to really make people understand you and make people not hate you. And then one of the biggest things it says to smile. It says to just make sure you talk on people's interests. Things like this. Libras know these things. They're very good at like, because if you want to really like influence and rise in life, you got to know how to work with people. If you're a douchebag and you're cursing people out, as soon as things don't go what you want, you know how to compromise. Libras are the best sign at compromising. The best sign. They're the best sign at compromising. They know how to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Unless they have Aries energy and some other hard Scorpio, and it can be a little harder, but they do know the element of compromise. They know what it looks like. They know what it feels like, okay? So compromise is how you're going to get up there, Libra. If you're a Libra and you're living check to check and you're less fortunate, we're not going to use the word broke. We're going to say less fortunate. If you're less fortunate as a Libra right now, you need to learn how to compromise, all right? If you're around someone who's very wealthy and you think you're going to tell them, like, hey, I need to, like, you got to compromise with them, bro. You got to compromise. You got to play their game. You got to learn how to play. You can't try to control or you got to compromise. That's how Libras get to the spot, okay? So that's why Libra's number one. They got the Venus energy. Venus is benefic. Naturally, it's just good karma. Naturally, just lots of money. Naturally, lots of social benefits as well. And they have the people skills. They have the compromise. They have the wit. They have the social IQ. They're also very intelligent too. They're very literate. Libras are into like literature. A lot of people don't know, but Libra are like, a lot of Libras are lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers are very wealthy. They're very rich. A lot of Libras are librarians. They have like a lot of books. Look like Vito, very into like literature. They got lots of books. Lots of books. So they read a lot. So they're just very intellectual. They're very calculated too. A lot of people don't know, but Libras are very calculated. Like the opposite is Aries. Aries is not calculated. It's just like boom. Libras are very, very calculated. All right. Make sure you guys go and like, comment, subscribe. If you guys do want more of these. But Libras are very, very calculated with everything they do because they look at life as like they look at life in the lens of other people viewing them. All right. So they don't view themselves in their own lens. They view themselves through the lens of other people. So if someone's like watching them right now, they're gonna look at them like, hey, how is this person viewing me? That's why they care about how they look, their appearance. They care about how they look. But that's a bad thing, and it's also a good thing. Because if you don't really care about other people's lenses, you could be looking like a mean mofo, hurt people's feelings, and you'll never know. You really don't care. Libra's low-key like, okay, how do I look in the public? Oh, I look this. Okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to talk slower. I'm going to, boom, okay. Then I'm going to bring it. You know what I'm saying? They know how to adjust. They're always adjusting their personality to maximize it. Like they got looks max, personality max. Their personality is very, very good. All right, they have one of the best personalities and best ways of connecting with people. Okay, one of the best ways. Okay, so number two, Pisces. All right, so a lot of people, when they see Pisces on here, they're like, what in the world? Like, how did Pisces get number 2 billionaires? Like, because a lot of people think, like, you know, Pisces is spiritual, and they are definitely spiritual. I'm a Pisces myself, but like, Pisces is spiritual. How did they even get like number 2? But look at it like this: like, Pisces has the biggest imagination of all zodiac signs. Their imagination is very big. Like, they can dream about anything. They dream about becoming wealthy. They dream about doing big things. They're visionaries. You know, sometimes you can't look at like, oh, there's just spiritual. Like, that's just a basic thing. What's the depth of it? The depth is that, and the truth is that Pisces is a very big visionary. They have huge goals. You know, they're very similar to Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is represented by Jupiter, and Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. So Pisces have that energy as well. They have that, like, that benefic energy. Jupiter is benefic as well, and they say usually like Sagittarius is the most luckiest sign. All right, so this makes Pisces is number 2 in the life. They have the Jupiter energy blessing their life. Then they have Neptune, which is like very imagination, all the imagination, the spiritual realm. So a lot of times Pisces just have like a lot of spiritual protection if they're activated, and they know how to work with spiritual forces to bring what they want. Okay, Pisces also is a higher octave of Libra. Okay, repeat, Pisces is a higher octave of Libra. So in astrology, Venus is one planet and Neptune is the second planet. Neptune is the higher vibration of Venus. Okay, so what does that mean? Venus is all about love, self-love, materialistic love. Neptune is also about love too. It's selfless. All right, Neptune is like that spiritual version of Venus. So they're basically, Pisces and Libra are very similar. This is why Pisces and Libras in relationships go really well. You feel me? They go really well, because they both like harmony. They both like things to be, you know, of course they're gonna have moments where it's gonna be chaos, but they both like moments that truly at the core they want peace. All right, at their core they want peace. So they also like love, they like relationships. Libras, everybody knows Libras are not single by choice. They're single because they want to be. You don't see Libras walking around single just for like, oh, I can't find nobody. It's not they're single because they want to be. Most Libras got like lots of admirers. Even if they're not the most stunning person, they still look, or even if they're not a person, they have something about their personality that looks amazing, that feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's their way they talk, the way they make people feel heard, they're really good at that, right? So Pisces, you guys have that benefic energy as well. You guys have the imagination. You're a visionary. You have the luck. You have the luck working on your side. Yeah, Pisces, y'all just dream big. Y'all dream big. So since you guys are the higher octave of Libra, you know, the more spiritual version of Libra. Libra's more materialistic, more like, you know, in the regular realm. You know what I'm saying? Pisces more in the spiritual realm. Y'all basically like a 5D version of Libra. All right, y'all like a 5D version of Libra. So you guys have Libra skills. You guys have the social skills. You guys have everything Libra has, which is why you're number 2. All right, this is what a lot of people don't tell. This is what a lot of people don't tell y'all. All right, Pisces is like Libra, and this is why they're number 2 as billionaires. Okay, and this is why with Pisces, you know, they're a mutable sign, right? So mutable signs know how to shapeshift. They know how to adapt to any scenario, like chameleon, like snakes. So this is even easier for networking. This is even easier for partnerships. All right, that's even easier for partnerships. So that's what you guys got to understand about Pisces. Okay, so yeah. So they have that. They have that Libra energy. They know how to adapt. They know how to, like, you know, network with people as well. Very easy for them to do. You know, of course, if they're evolved, they're unevolved, it's, you know, it's rats. But yeah, you know, they know how to read energy too, so they can just shapeshift into whatever they need. This is why they're easily up to get their number 2 easily. Okay. You guys see here, got a few billionaires right here. It's the second most common zodiac sign among billionaires, holding the top spot. Around 11% of billionaires are Pisces, while Libra has a slightly, keep it word, slightly highest All right. So yeah, if you're a Pisces, don't stop, bro. Like, all right. At number 3, we got Taurus over week. Okay, so this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise. This one to me is pretty okay, but Taurus is a Earth sign. Okay, so like, okay, what's taking so long for the Earth signs to come up? Like, Earth sign one, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised because Taurus is ruled by Venus too, right? Taurus is ruled by Venus too, and Venus is also similar to Libra. So Taurus have Libra energy to an extent, unless they're not as social, but they have that benefits. They have the benefic energy working in their favor. So Taurus, y'all should have been number 1, but you're number 3 because y'all slow, so y'all take your time getting there. Y'all not like so fast like Libra, you know what I'm saying? So Taurus, you guys are ruled by the second house, which rules money, resources, all types of good things. And Taurus, you guys are very loyal to your purpose. You guys stick on your purpose, and that's why I love Tauruses. Like I really do. I love Taurus Moon. I love all of them because they're really probably like my favorite sign because they're simple. You know what I'm saying? Life nowadays is like when you meet somebody, they're so complicated. You gotta they want you to figure them out. And like, I ain't trying to do all that. Like Aries and Taurus, that's the only thing I love about Aries and Taurus, bro. You don't gotta figure them out that long. Like it kind of just lets you know, like, hey, they're predictable. It's like boom. All the other signs, like, they like you don't know what's going on. So Taurus, they're kind of simple. They bring that chillness, and that also is the reason why they're number 3, is because when you have a simple routine to gain something and you're very consistent, Taurus's work ethic is very consistent, and they may not be as ambitious as a few other signs, but their work ethic is like they ain't gonna really miss too many days. You know what I'm saying? They're very loyal to the people in their life. They're very loyal to their purpose. They're very loyal to their dreams. Okay, because this is an Earth sign. They're definitely gonna rank the highest. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally. You're not only ruled by Venus, but you're an Earth sign, which rules money and material possessions. So that's why y'all up there. Okay, Taurus, y'all definitely deserve the spot. Number 3 in Billionaire. Okay, number 3, that's really really good. Okay, number 3. Another reason why Pisces landed at number 2 as well is because Pisces is a water sign. So when it comes to the water element, the water is like the wealthiest element. Okay, Earth signs does represent money, but if you actually look in reality, a lot of ATR, a lot of African cultures, like Ifa and all that, water spirits can connect you with the most wealth, because under the ocean is the most money, is the most riches, all that's in the water. The most beautiful things are in the water. So don't underestimate water signs at all. All right, repeat, don't underestimate water signs at all. Okay, they definitely know how to get their bread. That's just it. Spiritually, like I feel like Earth signs, they're more practical with it, giving the money. With water signs, their spiritual team helps them bring it naturally. Like water signs don't have to put in as much work because they might have their ancestors just bringing them the money. Like, you know what I'm saying, just naturally. Earth signs got to be more practical with it, because water signs do like that practicality, but Earth signs might lack some of those spiritual resources. Okay. Okay. Taurus, you got 19 keys as well. He's a Taurus as well. I know he's a millionaire, but this is just showing as a reference of how easy it is for them to rise on their journey of finance. Now, let's move this a little bit to this camera angle real quick, y'all. Okay, so so number 4, we got Leo. So Leo, you guys are the fire element. You got 240 billionaires at the 4th place. Shout out to all the Leos. Okay, so Leo. You guys are number 4. You guys definitely are top 5, and I can see that because you guys are also a fixed sign. So you're gonna have that laser eye, tunnel vision focus on whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never see y'all at the 12th spot. Y'all got to be at the top 5 because y'all tunnel vision. Y'all like locked in, and then y'all fire sign. Fire signs are naturally ambitious. You know, like a Sag, which is down there, and the other fire sign Aries, they're down there. Y'all are fixed, so y'all got the fire flame. It's like you got a candle, and the candle's staying tall the whole time. Leo is like a tall flame the whole time. You know, Aries is like the candle that flickers. It keeps flickering because it's cardinal, so starting, ending. It goes out, in and out. Aries, the candle goes in and out because it gets bored. You know, Leo's like the flame is tall and it's still and it's like going. And you got Sag. That flame of a Sag is like it moves. It's like a dancing flame. So it's like it's getting what it wants, but it wants to have so much fun at the same time. Y'all got the most focus out of all the fire signs. Y'all fixed. Y'all got the most focus. You got the most tunnel vision. You like the Scorpio version of a fire sign. You're tunnel vision, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're loyal to your purpose. You got it like that. You feel me? So Leo, you know what I'm saying? Not a surprise. Queen of Food is a millionaire. You know, on the way there to that status. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely can get it like that. Y'all got the confidence. Y'all got the creativity. Creativity is a big thing when it comes to generating wealth. You can't get wealth without your sacral chakra open. You can't get wealth without, you know, just using ChatGPT all day and trying to get quick, rich schemes overnight. You can't do that because you're not using your heart. Creativity comes from the heart and the sacral and the solar plexus. You got to use those chakras to generate creativity. Okay, Leo, y'all rule by the heart. A lot of people believe that the heart chakra is where money generates as well because it's green. Okay, so how can you generate lots of wealth? You know, and especially working with people, if you don't really love people, if you got too much trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think the signs at the bottom of this list have trust issues, like Capricorn, Scorpio? Like all the signs with trust issues are at the bottom. All the signs at the top, they trust. Pisces, Libra, Taurus, you know, they have more a high vibration, have more love planets, more loving. It's kind of showing you that love is like generates wealth, not being all like hostile and in competition with everybody and getting vengeful. All that stuff just slows down your finances. You're gonna go bankrupt. Okay, so Leo, y'all got the heart. Leo, y'all top 5, y'all loving as well. You got the heart. I'm not saying all of y'all are loving, but we're talking about the person on the high, the average Leo who works on themselves, just a little bit, is going to have an open heart chakra. Some of the average person who works on themselves a little bit, okay, not even evolved, just a little bit, they're going to have an open heart chakra because they're ruled by the heart. Okay, so this is why they're like kind of like emotional as a fire sign. Y'all are very focused as a fire sign. Y'all know how to block out distractions as a fire sign. Y'all know how to commit to people. You also know how to commit to a business. You also know how to commit to your money. Okay, so Leos definitely get a lot of their blessings and financial stuff from putting themselves out there. Really putting themselves out there in whatever way you want. You know, even if it's your voice, even if it's like an ebook, you don't gotta do like go on concerts and stuff, but just like little small. Don't hide behind the scenes and just be anonymous. Being anonymous is like the dumbest thing you do as a Leo if you're trying to rise. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be like this person that you're only seen at a funeral. You feel me? Because then it's not gonna be well for you. You know. So okay, so number 5, we got Cancer. You know what I'm saying? So we got Yaki Awaken. Shout out to the guys. You know what I'm saying? So there's 225 billionaires of Cancer, of the star sign Cancer. So Cancer, you guys definitely not surprised that you guys are here. You know, when it comes to the Cancer zodiac sign, you got Dr. York, you got, you know, Yaki Awaken. There's a few other Cancers that I know of that are up there. But Cancer definitely is a cardinal sign, so they're very ambitious. Don't underestimate a Cancer. A lot of people think Cancer is like they're feminine and they're like, you know, like crybabies and stuff. Cancer men particularly get a really bad rep. I wouldn't underestimate a Cancer only because they're ruled by the moon, and the moon controls the world. The moon controls the world. The moon controls the world, all right? They have the power of the full moon. They have the power of the new moon. They have the power of every moon cycle. So messing with Cancer is like using having the moon go against you. Okay, they have that power of the moon. So they have a lot of emotional control of the emotional atmosphere. This makes them be able to pull in things because they're, you know, there's a feminine zodiac sign with ideas. Their creativity is also heightened, and they're a water sign, so they have that wealth. You know what I'm saying? The ocean is like where a lot of the most wealthiest things are under. A lot of the most wealthiest spirits and forces are in the ocean. So they also have a lot of, you know, wealthy spirits and energies helping them to rise. You feel what I'm saying? So Cancer, you guys definitely have, and you guys are also nurturing as well. So nurturing the people around you, having a family. You know what I'm saying? Usually, like when the universe sees that you have a family, it's more on your way. You know, like when you have a family, they say one of the biggest things you can do as a man is to create a family. You know, I'm not saying don't rush your family, don't just rush get anybody pregnant, but you know, make sure like you just not trying to go your whole life without some kids and a wife. Like this is just, you know, because it just good, it just does sound good to have a family. I got a family, I got a wife. Like that does sound good to the average person, believe it or not, because like, oh, you can manage a family, or you can manage an empire. You can manage a family, you can manage an empire. You can manage a family, you can manage an empire. Yo, you're single, you got a lot to lose. You got nothing going on, like no family, nothing. You got this business, we got no family. Oh, you got a lot, you got nothing to lose. My bad. When nothing to lose, people are less likely to trust you. When you have a lot to lose, people are more likely to trust you. So Cancer, you guys being more family based, you guys definitely have more of that marriage symbol. The marriage symbol helps you to rise in corporate world. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps you to rise in corporate world easy. You know, and even like Libra, another reason why Libra's at the top too, because most people who are married become very wealthy, right? Most people who are married save more money. Libra is a sign of marriage. You see what I'm saying? So Cancer, you guys definitely are the sign of family. Symbol, that marriage symbol as well, is going to help you to rise, get more opportunities and network easier. The nurturing skills, the water, you know, the water benefits. The moon also is something that draws in things like just naturally. You guys have that creativity, the ideas to cleanse yourself, and you know, definitely like bring because you guys are the opposite of Capricorn, so you have that same Capricorn ambition, but you know you're more watery with it. So you know, they say like Capricorn likes to provide, right? Cancers are like similar. Cancers are very similar. Capricorn will want to provide more, but Cancer's more the mother. But but Cancers definitely like to provide as well. You know, the only thing is that sometimes it's harder for them to master their emotions depending on the level. Okay. All right. Not able to read comments. I can't see them right now, y'all. So I'm just gonna kind of just do this. Okay, so at number 6, we got Aries at 221 billionaires, the fire element. So Aries, I mean, it's not surprised you guys are number 6, definitely top 6. You want nobody going to the less 6, you know. So the top 6, you know, you guys barely made it. You know what I'm saying? Barely made it, Aries. Aries, you guys are definitely one of the most ambitious signs because your work ethic is really strong. You guys do chase and pursue what's in your way. Okay, whatever you want, whatever you see, you guys get it. So it's not definitely a surprise that you guys top 6. Fire also likes to manifest. You know what I'm saying? When people light a candle, they're usually trying to manifest something, right? Fire likes to manifest. They're very strong manifestors. Do they manifest for the long run sometimes? Not you always. Sometimes it runs out really fast. It's like a flame, a candle. You light a candle, within 7 days it's out. When you light a short candle, within a few hours it's out. That's how fire signs are. They do things fast. They manifest, but for some reason you give them $2,000, and then 2 days later it's gone. Like, what happened? Like, because they're always moving, right? You give a earth sign, which is slower, $2,000. You ask what happened to it? Oh, I still got it, man. I got like, you know, 1,500. Oh, okay, it's earth sign. But fire signs, they get rid of stuff funny. You get the money, they get rid of it fast. Because fire is trying to manifest. They ain't trying to hold on to stuff, bro. So y'all definitely get up there. Top 6, you know, you all are cardinal fire. And the thing about cardinal fire that I like a lot is that cardinal fire is cardinal starts things, and fire is already ambitious. So y'all got that starter, y'all got that spark. Aries is like the spark. They are the least lazy sign, in my personal opinion. Every Aries I've known, they're very like, they hop on things. Like if you give them an opportunity, they hop on it now. They ain't, you might have other signs who might take their time and complain and think about it. Like air signs, they could, like sometimes like Aquarius or Gemini could kind of. If Aries is on it, they're on it now. They're on it now because they like that like spark. They like that spontaneous opportunity to become wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They kind of could be like quick with it and run out fast. But if they're more evolved and they elevate, Most Aries do progress into a Taurus later in their astrology journey. Then they can evolve. You know what I'm saying? If you know about progressive astrology is where you're born a zodiac sign, right? But you eventually evolve into the next zodiac sign, because we're not the same zodiac sign our whole life. I hope you guys know this. Look into progressed astrology, all right? If you're born of Scorpio, eventually you're going to become a Sagittarius, maybe by 30, maybe by 20. It depends on the degree of your Scorpio, okay? So most Aries eventually become a Taurus, and that's why they're also up there in the list, okay? Make sure if you're an Aries, stay consistent. That's the biggest thing with Aries. Stay consistent. If you're consistent, it's going to be a very hard thing. You know, be very consistent. Do not give up. Don't try to get too bored. Aries, like, y'all are top three signs are getting bored, bro. Y'all get bored fast. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta kind of like stimulate that whatever you're doing, try to have multiple streams of income, because I don't really see Aries just focus on one thing. Just like, they get bored fast, bro. So Aries, stick to multiple things, like maybe 2 or 3, not 20, like 2 or 3 different streams of income, and that will help you to rise. That will help you to prosper. Okay. Make sure that you are also working with people well too, because you know y'all the opposite of Libra. See how Libra's first place, and y'all are 6th place. Y'all sometimes can burn bridges like way too fast. Like, I mean, way too fast. Like, y'all, like, Libras are more like, if you get into with somebody, they like they handle it like clean. Like they won't say too much mean things, because they know they might need that person later. You know, I'm gonna say too much. I ain't gonna burn this bridge. Let me just, we got an argument. Okay, we got a disagreement. Boom. Aries is like, nigga, F you, nigga. Like, what, nigga? They tell the person everything that the person don't want to hear it, and then the person could have had a deal ready for them the next week, but you already burn a bridge. So Aries, try not to burn bridges. Just because you get into with somebody, you're getting into disagreement, don't burn that bridge. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Don't burn no bridges. You know, if you're calling somebody on the internet, you might run into that person at an event, and then they might want to help you, but then they're like, oh, wait a second, you called me out? Heck nah. You know what I'm saying? Libra's more like clean with it. They ain't gonna do that. Even if they don't like somebody, they're like, hey, it might be a bridge I need one day. You know, Libra's all about bridges. Aries is all about self, so they're not really thinking about bridges. They're thinking about themselves sometimes. They're more hungry to like run over people. So y'all Aries, be careful about burning bridges. Be more compromising. And you will see things work in your favor. Okay? Once you compromise more, that's when things will be easier for you. All right? Don't try to be, everything can't go your way. That's one thing I'll say. Everything cannot go in your way. See what's in your control and see what's out your control. Understand that you don't have to create enemies with everybody you don't agree with. You don't have to create enemies with everybody who doesn't agree with you. If you get into a disagreement, you don't have to make them an enemy. You can just keep, like, Libra's balanced. So they're like, okay, I got a disagreement. Let me keep it balanced. Aries is a fire sign. So fire signs are extremists. They're extremes. They like, it's fire, burns, blows houses up. So when Aries gets angry, when they have a disagreement with somebody who they need to work with, they sometimes they can blow it up. Like, nah, if you burn the bridge and boom, it's done. They need the skills. That's why Libra, you're supposed to learn from your opposite sign. Aries, you got to learn from your opposite sign, which is Libra, just to keep the balance. You don't got to blow everything up. You don't got to blow and burn every bridge. Instead of letting your anger take you over with no balance, no skills, you let the anger stay in the, like, calm, like, have the balance. You know, go for a run. You know what I'm saying? Once you're able to like soften up and mature, repeat. Once you're able to mature, that's when the wealth will come. You know, you guys just got to mature just a little bit more and more. Stop burning bridges. All right, Aries, stop burning bridges. I know y'all probably, maybe some of y'all might not probably not gonna listen to me, because I know how y'all are. Oh man. Okay, so number 7, we got Virgo, the Earth element, at 219 billionaires. We got Billy Carson over here as a Virgo. He's a Virgo. He's definitely very credible and notable as a millionaire, but we're using him as a resource, as a reference to show you that it is easy to rise. All right, so at 7th spot, definitely, you know, the 7th spot, I want to say is, you know, your top, but you're definitely not the lowest. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that, you know, with Virgo, you guys are very organized with your work. You guys know how to be consistent. You guys like arguably like the most consistent sign, even more than Capricorn. You guys like to detox, so your body's clean, gives you more ideas. You guys have to keep your room clean, attracts more wealth. So definitely stay consistent, Virgo. That's gonna keep you on the way. You know what I'm saying? I say weaknesses, scarcity mindset. Fix the scarcity mindset. Just because you guys are in top 5, if you guys want to get up there, fix your scarcity mindset. You guys can have like a scarcity. Like Pisces is up there, you know what I'm saying, and like Leo. These people are like Pisces and Leo. The reason why they're top 5 is because like they got like big imaginations. They don't like to feel like, oh, I have $10, I might run out. Like they like to just dream and be delusional that they got more money coming. Like that's how they keep attracting. You got to be like delusional a little bit. Virgos, you are the opposite of Pisces. So y'all not really like, you know, that optimistic sometimes. Y'all could be kind of like a pessimist. You know what I'm saying? Pessimistic. Y'all could be very pessimistic. But that's why y'all kind of got the down up there. Y'all down there because y'all a little pessimistic. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can kind of like, you know, really kind of doubt things easier. You can look at like, you know, someone who's very wealthy and see how they're positive. Be like, nah, that person's too positive. That person, y'all can just have like a very negative mindset when it comes to things. So, you know, understand that you can dream big. You can definitely have big ideas. You can definitely have big dreams. Don't feel like you're being too optimistic. All right, you know what I'm saying? Just be more optimistic. Be more visionary. All right, get out of reality sometimes. You guys sometimes too stuck to reality, like too much. All right, so once you're too stuck in reality, it's gonna be very hard to manifest. Okay, so don't get too stuck. Reality tells you gotta work a 9 to 5. You're not gonna become rich until you're like 45. Like, you know, they have all these statistics. That's Virgo energy. Like they want to look up the statistics. Oh, well, most people become rich by 45 or 60 and this and that. Like there's people who become rich at 29, at 30. So you guys kind of put limits on yourself because reality tells you this, and you guys kind of listen to reality. Pisces doesn't really care about reality. They're like, hey, I'm me right now. I'm just gonna. Libra is also like, hey, I know people right now. Boom, like so. Virgos just work on that optimism. Okay. At number 8, we got Gemini, the air element. We got 217 billionaires. At the 8th spot, we got. I do believe he is a billionaire. Don't you know, hold me tightly on that, but I do believe he is a billionaire. Yes, as a Gemini, I can see why they're lower on the list. You know, Gemini. The thing with Gemini is that they're inconsistent. Like, you know, being with Geminis, they're not consistent. You know, sometimes they have the communication, the skills to bring in wealth, to bring in people. You know, they know how to use their words to also generate for their business, good at sales. But the consistency, you know, kind of explains the inconsistency explains why they're lower. You know what I'm saying? Where the other signs, you know, they have more like, and they're also Gemini's an air sign, so being an air sign, like, you know, that means that like you like to learn. You know, Gemini's always learning, but mutable is always changing. So you're always learning about different things. That's why they call Gemini the jack of all trades, but the master of none. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the master of none, that means what are you gonna master? What are you gonna master? You know, a lot of Geminis I know, they dabble into everything. I mean everything. Like news, they dabble into like rap, they dabble into like boxing, they dabble into a little bit of everything. You know, even like a lot of Gemini people I know, they listen to a lot of different music, and it's like they like every rapper. Like literally, they like everybody. Like like every rapper out there, like everybody. The hood rappers, the street rappers, the spiritual rappers, like everybody. So they like so much things that it's like their mind's going in 20 different directions. So in order to get up there as a Gemini, you got to work on being more focused. You know, work on your solar plexus. Work on just like sitting down and meditating and candle gazing and really just focusing your energy. Like stare at something, bro. Like train your mind to just stare at something. Because y'all can like kind of like lose, like, you know, the structure is compromised here. You know what I'm saying? So work on the structure, work on the focus, and I could definitely, you guys already have the words of communication. Is once you work on the structure of it, the focus of it, then you know, get some tunnel vision. Pick up some of Scorpio traits. Get some of that laser rod tunnel vision. Get some of that Leo traits of tunnel vision, and you'll be good. Okay. Okay, so number 9, we got Aquarius at 200 and One billionaire is the air element. So Aquarius, you guys being in the ninth spot is pretty. It's pretty surprising that he's in the ninth spot because you guys have, but I can see at the same time, you know, you guys are fixed signs. You guys have that tunnel vision. But what makes you guys go at the ninth spot is because you guys are co-ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules delays. Saturn rules fear. It rules pessimism. It rules time. Okay, so time is controlling Saturn. Time is controlling Aquarius. All right. You guys are ruled by Uranus as well, but you're co-ruled by Saturn. So you guys do have some of that Capricorn energy. Okay, so when you're co-ruled by Saturn, Saturn is like the heaviest, the strongest taskmaster of the zodiac signs of astrology. So Saturn definitely kind of like makes y'all kind of like pessimistic with your journey a little bit of rising and building generational wealth, because you guys just kind of like have a lot of doubt sometimes. Also, this is also a good factor to understand too, Aquarius. You guys are an air sign and you're a fixed air sign. So like how I explained in many of my videos, astrology videos, fixed air signs are like, imagine you're in a plane, you know, you're just stuck on the plane. A plane can't just go down to the earth right away, right? It's gonna crash. It has to take its time. That's like Gemini, you know, mutable, can take its time. You guys are fixed, so it's like you're stuck up in the sky. You know, your mind is like stuck. Air signs are in the sky. Like they're intellectual. It's air. You can't tie them down. It's like it's so free, but y'all fixed. So fixed is stuck. Y'all permanently air. It's like y'all like heavy air signs. So y'all minds are stuck in the air, stuck in the mind. This makes y'all less action orientated compared to the fire signs like Leo, and that's why Leo is number 3. Okay. No, that's why Leo is number 4, because Leo knows how to action instead of thinking about everything all day. They act on it. You know what I'm saying? I saw a quote that was saying something about, you know, to become wealthy, to become, you know, someone up there, you know, when it comes to your finances and creating generational wealth for your family, you gotta act. You can't just write down ideas all day and just like look at them and like, you know, thinking about it and meditate all day. Like you gotta act on it, bro. You gotta be active. You know what I mean? This is why you see the fire signs are more up there. You got the air signs down here. Why the air signs at the bottom and the fire signs at the top? The air signs sometimes, you know, the only air sign at the top was Libra, but the other air signs, they think too much and they don't really get to the action. So if you want to help, if you want to increase your probability of becoming, creating generational wealth, Aquarius, you got to act more. You know, stop smoking. I really recommend, because, you know, that's me. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all gotta stop smoking, Aquarius, because y'all already are in your head. When you smoke, you're bringing in more of the air element. Smoking is gas. It's air. That's breath. That's the breath. That's prana, right? So you already have all this air in your head, all this air in your aura. You're already like floating type stuff. You know, you're already in the air, and you're bringing more air, and then you just overthinking it, because you know that ganja gets you thinking. That ganja gets you thinking. Tree gets you thinking. You're already thinking. So how much you gonna think? You're just thinking all day. You watch this video 10 times, just thinking. You're just thinking. You got people out here really right now in real life action getting money right now. Like they're moving. They're going to check it out right now. They ain't thinking about. They're just doing it. They don't care about what people think. They just doing it. You gotta move. Being Aries, like move, bro. Like that's what y'all need. The action. Okay, once you get the action up there, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Just stop thinking all day, stop smoking all day, stop sitting down around and just, you know, watching people and caring about what people think. Sometimes y'all don't care about what people think, but then y'all kind of like think about what people think because y'all so intellectual. So it's like, just move, like literally just move, because while you're smoking and thinking about things, you know, that is taking you out of your masculine energy. All right, remember, when you smoke ganja and all this stuff, all that stuff is like, you know, it's feminine. You know, like ganja is a feminine plant. When you smoke it, it's making you lazy. Okay, unless it's like some sativa, real good stuff, and you just know how to boom. Then okay, but most 9 out of 10 times, most people who smoke, bro, they're lazy. They're more lazy than let me say this: they're more lazy than they would be if they didn't. They're like 5 times more lazy. I'm not saying you can't get successful with smoking, but if you don't, you'll be 10 times more. 10 times more. Facts. Everybody knows this, right? But you guys need it more though. You guys definitely don't need to be doing all that stuff. Y'all just need to focus, like get to that action, get outside, go in the gym, you know what I'm saying, also to kind of like test your physical action. Y'all need more physical work done, okay? All right, so we got number 10 at the Sagittarius, a fire element, 195 billionaires. The 10th spot, we got Rashad Jamal as the reference. Rashad Jamal is a millionaire. I've heard him say this in his lectures. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely is a symbol of wealth. You know, so Sagittarius, you guys being at the 10th spot, I can see and understand that because of the mutable. Let me see, because 10 is Sag. Let me see all the mutable signs. Mutable is Gemini, Sag, Pisces. Okay, so you guys being a mutable fire, you know, Sagittarius, y'all get bored fast. Y'all get bored fast. So the average Sagittarius needs to work on their focus. You know, if you want to get more chances of becoming, you know, generationally wealthy for your family, you have to build your focus up. Just like Gemini, the A spot, y'all like y'all sister signs, y'all are similar because y'all very intellectual. Y'all, this is the learning axis. Y'all like the smartest sign, like arguably. But y'all focus is like y'all like to learn more than get wealth. It's like it's almost like y'all don't really, you know, y'all like to learn more and teach more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all sometimes don't get to the high spot. You know what I'm saying? Like Libra is a cardinal sign, right? They're a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs are ambitious. They start things. If you look here, you got mutable signs. These are two mutable signs, right? So these two mutable signs, this is going to make y'all more like go with the flow kind of stuff and more learn. And just go with the flow and learn, go with the flow and learn, okay? So, you know, in order to increase your probability to increase generational wealth, you have to just direct your energy more to what you want and your manifestations and your goals to prosperity and your goals to generational wealth. Sagittarius are very, very optimistic. You guys are very lucky. You guys are ruled by Jupiter. So you already have like the benefic planet working in your favor, but it won't work with money unless you make it work with money. Does that make sense? Because Jupiter is benefic like Venus, like Libra is the #1 sign ruled by Venus, which is a benefic planet. Jupiter is the same benefic planet. It's another benefic planet, but it's not money. Jupiter, people think Jupiter rules money. Venus rules money. You know what I'm saying? You got other planets that associate with money. Jupiter is more like abundance. Abundance is not necessarily money. Abundance is like a lot of things. Sagittarius is sometimes they don't get abundant with money. They get abundant with women. They get abundant they get abundant with knowledge. They get abundant with optimism. They don't get abundant with money sometimes. That's because abundance is what you make it. Abundance is not always money. You feel me? Abundance does not have to be money. So it's all about what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like Rashad Jamal, he might have focused more on money, but I know he talked about prosperity. He was focusing his abundant Jupiter energy on money, which brought him the bag. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Sag, you could be abundant in anything. Woman, knowledge, travel. Seeing things is what you make it. You guys have the benefic energy, the energy working in your favor, but what do you want to make it out of? You feel me? You have the good luck on your side, but what do you want that good luck to work on? You want that good luck to be directed to prosperity, to traveling, to knowledge, to, you know, relationships, multiple relationships. A lot of Sagittarius are polygamous. You know, I'm not saying all of them, just depends on the other signs, but most Sagittarius dominant people are polygamous. You know, it is what it is. Like even with Gemini, most Gemini dominant people, I'm not gonna say necessarily a woman. When I see Sag and Gemini women, I want to see they're never really polygamous from what I see, but they could sometimes they need a lot of fun in their relationships. Let's say that they need a lot of fun in their relationships, you know. But men, you know, men are naturally a little bit, you know, gotta be honest, men. You know, naturally men are a little bit more naturally polygamous, just in their blood. They naturally just like to look at things, you know. They like to look at women. It's just naturally in their DNA, right? So having that Sag or Gemini energy definitely makes you more it activates some of that polygamy energy stronger. Okay, so you guys can just be focused on a lot of different stuff. That's also what can slow you guys down. A lot of Sagittarius men I know, they hit me up. Like, I had one Sag man hit me up. We supposed to do a song. We supposed to do something like 2 years ago. He went ghost for a year. Hit me up again. He went ghost again. Like, he's always going ghost. Like, I'm like, bro. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're a grown man. Like, you just, so y'all really like get so bored or something. You just go ghost, constantly go ghost. That's not kind of how you're gonna reach your goals. You gotta be consistent. You have to be focused, like a Leo, like your fellow element sign Leo. Y'all have more focus. Y'all gotta teach Sagittarius to stay more focused. Sagittarius is like the opposite of Gemini. Gemini is like the kid, so y'all can just be like very confident, very knowledgeable, very wise. But y'all also can be like a little kid sometimes, because y'all just want to like see so many different things, and staying on top of business work can be kind of like demanding, thing. So yeah. All right, so at number 11 we got Scorpio, the water element, 165 billionaires in 11th place. We got a Diddy reference here. So no Diddy family, no Diddy. So Scorpio, as you guys can see, you guys are 11th spot. I'm not surprised you guys are at the 11th spot. You guys are the opposites of Taurus. Taurus is like number rules money. Taurus rules money, rules the second house. You guys are the opposite sign of Taurus. You guys are the opposite sign of Taurus. Okay? Taurus rules money, rules stability, it rules wealth, it rules all that matrix stuff, all that stuff. Taurus is love, all that stuff. The finer things of life, right, Taurus? The opposite sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio is going to have the opposite effects in some ways. Okay, now I'm not saying like, of course, like there's billionaires. You guys see there's 165 billionaire Scorpios, but it's harder because you guys naturally can be in survival mode sometimes. Taurus is kind of like have like that little chill energy, stillness, very grounded. Scorpios low key be like having like a secret life. They be ungrounded because they be feeling like then they gotta protect themselves. They don't be trusting nobody. They don't be trusting nobody. They don't be trusting nobody. Like Libra number 1, Pisces number 2, they put more faith into people and trust. They just put the universe like, hey, let's work with people. Scorpios like they got like the thug energy. Like I ain't like they got like a little like I don't know if I can work with this dude right here. They got like a little gangster in them. So that gangster kind of like you don't gotta work with anybody. That can slow y'all down. It can make it. That's why it's a harder probability to become a billionaire as a Scorpio, because like Libra is number 1, y'all number 11. Libras are the friendliest zodiac sign. They're the friendliest, nicest zodiac sign. Libras are nice, real nice. They take fairness serious. Look at Libra as like the judge. The judge takes everything into like they try to be unbiased with things. Libras try to be unbiased. That's why they're like number 1. Scorpios are like they can be a little biased. They can have like very strong opinions. Scorpios also. A lot of Scorpios who I worked with, I'm gonna be honest, like when I worked with collaborating in the community, very hard to work with. Very hard to work with. Like, very hard. It's just they don't know how to compromise. It's like, I'll collaborate with a lot of people in the community. A lot of people are real easy, but like when I come to cross a Scorpio, I love Scorpio, the understanding of them, but in real life, they just hard to work with. They just kind of like, they're not good. They're not hard to work with. So Libras is compromising. Scorpios is not compromising. They don't compromise as easy. You know what I'm saying? Most Scorpios don't compromise as easy. They're a fixed sign, so they're more like stubborn, and they have that Mars and Pluto energy. So the Mars and Pluto energy combined makes them it makes them more stubborn and more fixed in their ways. Also very hungry and very power hungry. So they're like just trying to fight for power in a way. You don't gotta fight for it. Like, you already got it decided. So people could be rubbed the wrong way. You guys also have to transmute your energy, because if like, if someone came up to me right now and they like trying to tell me what to do, like the energy's all intense, and it's like I'm like, damn, this person, I ain't gonna work with this person. That's the same thing. Like, what I'm saying, like if you want to work with people, you got to put work on yourself. You can't be like angry and all chaotic and try to work people. You got to make sure you transmuting. There's nothing wrong with chaos. You gotta transmute divine chaos. You know, there's some days where I got divine chaos. I put it straight to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I put it straight to the gym. I run it out. I look into the sun. I tell the sun is like, clean it out. Like, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a perfect robot. I'm a human. You feel me? So Scorpio, if you got that chaotic energy or you gotta transmute that into the gym, put it into the gym, put it into the running, into the field, work it out, do something to it, because that is how you're gonna get rid of it. So when you go to collaborate with people, they don't feel like you're all like, you know, stagnant and intense for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're too stagnant, your energy's all off. Energy's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, energy's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So if your energy's off and you're trying to work with somebody, it's gonna lower the chances of that. And I know this because, you know, I put on the Pisces side. I make sure my energy's fleek. You know what I'm saying? I make sure